finishing is an art. You generally can't Google, how do I buff this piece of brass, or how do I buff this piece of cobalt chrome. It's a lot of trial and error and decades of experience. And so, you know, the team at Acme, we have a lot of years, hundreds of years of metal finishing experience. So when you work with us, that's one of the benefits that you get. So we're used to selling a turnkey solution, meaning that we're also going to give you programs with the media already established. You don't have to figure out what sort of abrasive you have to use. We figure that out for you.
One of the biggest hurdles for most companies who are machining anything is deburring. What if they've looked at robotic deburring in the past, but for whatever reason they just didn't end up implementing? What would you have advice for them today?
I mean, you know, a lot of burrs are created in machining where the customer is trying to get that tool to last as long as they can before they have to replace it. So as that tool wears, the burr condition gets worse. And so you can have some really severe burr conditions where you almost have to cut the burr off before you can create an edge break.
So I'm looking at a lot of steps here. Not only the deburring, but I'm noticing that you're holding the part on the blade. The other times you're holding the part on the root, I think you called it before. What's going on in that step?
So in many cases, especially in aerospace, we have to regrip because sometimes we're holding onto an area where that area needs to be deburred. So we'll try and deburr all the areas that are accessible, and then we'll do like a regrip. So then we'll grip the area that we just deburred so we can get to the other area that was not accessible, especially in aerospace. Because of how we have to grip parts, we have to do a regrip. And so that's very common for us in, you know, when we create a deburring process on an aerospace part. And so one of the benefits of that is you're not taking the machine down to change out a gripper. You're actually on the fly, you're changing fingers and then moving on to another part, which is really, from our standpoint, very clever.